Good morning. Welcome to Technia TV. Hello, I am Dr. Sandeep Kumar. Today I am presenting lecture on research design. What is research design? Research design is the outline for the collection, measurement and analysis of data. In fact, the research design is the theoretical structure within which research is conducted. It is a master plan specifying the methods and procedures for collecting and analyzing the desired information. As such, the design includes a sketch of what the researcher will do from writing the hypothesis and its operational implication to the final analysis of data. There are certain definitions that is being given by the different scientists. The first one, William Jickmoon, defines research design as a master plan specifying the methods and procedures for collecting and analyzing the needed information. Again, Claire Celtis defines research design as it is a arrangement of conditions for the collection and analysis of data in a manner that aims to combine relevance to the research purpose with economy in procedure. The scientists Des and Cook define research design as the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data in a manner that aims to combine the relevance to the research purpose. Burns and Group define a research design as a blueprint for conducting a study with maximum control over factors that may interfere with the validity of the findings. Now, I am explaining the various components of research design. The first one, that is the experiment. It is the process of investigating the truth of a statistical hypothesis relating to some research problem is recognized as experiments. An experiment is conducted when the researcher maneuvers one or more independent variables and measures their effects on dependent variables. The second component is experimental group. While conducting an experiment, those units which are subject to the treatments under a study form an experimental group. The next one is experimental units. It refers to the individual, organization or any geographical area, etc., which are subjected to treatment in an experiment. The fourth component is research hypothesis. When a prediction or a hypothesis is to be tested by scientific techniques, it is termed as research hypothesis. Research hypothesis is a predictive statement that relates an independent variable to dependent variable. The fifth one is control. The key feature of good research design is to minimize the effect of extraneous variable. The term control is used when we design the study minimizing the effects of extraneous independent variables. The term control is used in experimental research to reflect the restraint in experimental conditions. The sixth component is control group. In an experiment, the group of units which is exposed to typical condition is known as a control group. The purpose of group is to determine the effects of extraneous variables on study. The seventh component is extraneous variables, independent variables that are not related to the purpose of study but may influence The dependent variables are known as extraneous variables. 8 component is variables. It is any concept that can take any quantitative value. The concept may assume different quantitative values like height, weight, income, etc. Qualitative variables are not quantifiable in the stringent sense of term. However, the qualitative phenomena may also be quantified in terms of the presence or absence of the attributes considered. It can be classified as independent variables and the dependent variables. Now, the ninth component, that is the independent variables. These are the variables which are maneuvered by the researcher and the resulting effects are measured. These variables cause the changes in the dependent variables and are also recognized as explanatory or exogenous variables. The 10th component is dependent variable. These are the variables that depends on or consequences of other variables. These are also termed as endogenous variables. The 11th component is discrete variable. These are the variables that can be expressed only in integer value, that is in whole numbers and not in decimals. In statistical terms, they are also called as discrete variables. These are also known as non-continuous variable. For example, age is a continuous variable and the number of children is a non-continuous variable. The 12th component is continuous variable. These variables can presume any value in decimal points, but all variables require not be continuous. The next component is experimental error. The influence caused by the extraneous variable on the dependent variable is in principle called the experimental error. Therefore, a research study should always be framed in such a manner that the influence of extraneous variables on the dependent variables is completely controlled and the influence of independent variable is clearly evident. The next component is treatment. The different conditions under which the experiment is conducted are termed as treatments. These are independent variables. It refers to the different conditions to which the experimental and control groups are subject to. The 15th component is confounded relationship. When the dependent variable is not free from the influence of extraneous variables, the relationship between the dependent and independent variable is said to be confounded by extraneous variable. The last component is research hypothesis. A research hypothesis is a scientific method to test a predict or hypothesized relationship. It is an analytical statement which relates a dependent variable to an independent variable. A research hypothesis must consist of at least one dependent variable and one independent variable. Predictive statements which are not to be objectively established are not termed as research hypothesis. Today, I have discussed the research design and their components. Thanks a lot. Subscribe for Technia TV.